Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we saw a pretty decent buy response off of that 82.5 support from yesterday, and buyers ended up pushing ES pretty much back towards the top of the range from yesterday's session. At this point, heading into the open, the market has been balancing within the 93 to 2000 range, roughly, and that 93 to 95 area, which is marked as pre-market support, is essentially going to serve as a short-term micro bull bear zone. If the market is holding above 93 to 95, then there's potential to continue balancing and head higher. And if we break and start holding below 93 to 95, then at least on the smaller time frames, it tells you that the market is breaking and failing to hold that overnight balance. And that brings the 87 to 88 area into play, the gap fill at 84, and then finally the 80 to 82.75 initial support. Now, bigger picture, the market is still for the most part just balanced. There's not really a strong directional bias to the downside just yet, right? So the market broke below this 3-day balance, but it's within the context of a very strong upward move, and that's why as the market's going lower, we're still finding these buy responses coming in because of that larger time frame bullish bias that continues to be in play and active in the market. So heading into the open, we know that we've gotten a pretty decent short-term reversal in the overnight session, and now we just have to gauge whether there is enough strength to continue going higher. And the 93-95 area can be used as a short-term bull bear zone. On the upside, 99 to 01 is short-term resistance. In the event of a upside breakout, we have some minor resistance around the 04 quarter, and then the primary resistance and target above 99 to 01 is 07 to 09 half, and beyond that, the top of the range at 1275 to 1475. So that's something we'll have to gauge in real time to see whether there is enough broad market strength to push the market higher. Keep an eye on the other markets as well. So far in the overnight session, NASDAQ made a marginal high, so it pushed a little bit beyond yesterday's RTH high, but the Russell continues to be relatively weak, and that continues to weigh on the market. So if we are not getting any response in the Russell, or if TF actually continues to sell off, then that is going to put pressure on the other markets, and it's going to be tough for ES and NASDAQ to continue higher too. So keep an eye on these other markets as well. On the downside, below 93, if we are continuing to hold below 93, then 87 to 88 is a minor area of support. It is a spot where buyers can be active simply because of that larger time frame bullish bias. But if we're going down on any kind of decent momentum, then really the primary support on the day would be at 80 to 82.75. In the event of a break below 80 to 82.75, the 71 to 73 area is still a important support zone where responsive buyers can be active, because again, bigger picture, essentially we're trading in this one large balance now, this one large range, and the buy side can be active on continuations into support. So overall, if we head lower, we can still get a fairly balanced session. Short term, we know the market is two-sided. In the event of an upside breakout, there can be some conviction into 07 to 09 half, and the expectation is to get a sell response at 07 to 09 half, and then from there we can pause and actually go up and test 1275 to 1475. But again, that is something we will have to gauge in real time. 99 to 01 is active resistance until it's taken out. On the econ calendar, we have the Philly Fed survey out at 9 a.m. Central Time. So off the open, that can also add a little bit to the choppiness of the market. And lately, overall, the market has been very two-sided, and we haven't seen a whole lot of continuation. And I think it's because of this struggle between this larger time frame bullish bias and the short-term bearish bias that developed after we broke the recent 3-day balance off the highs. So right now the market's kind of trying to figure out which way it's going, and for now it is basically stuck in a range. So there can be moves on either side, and we have to be flexible with our intraday bias. Like you saw yesterday, there were some decent long setups, even from intraday breakouts, and there were some really nice short setups as well. And again, that Russell continues to be relatively weak, so I think that continues to weigh on the market. So those are the main thoughts heading into the open. Let's just monitor this 93 area. That's going to help set the tone for the day, and we'll take it from there.